Good morning, I'm Brian Harris, the Information Officer with the Great Basin team that's managing the northeast zone of the August Complex. We do want to start out with our morning operational briefing. And again, this is for Thursday, October 8th. And I want to use the map or the weather forecast that we have right here. So this is today. This forecast of weather really applies to everything that we should expect to see over the next several days. Good news looking out here. Again, if we look at the color coding here, the green indicates moderate burning conditions, the yellow is elevated, and then the red is extreme burning conditions. After we get through today, you'll see that there's a lot of green on this forecast here, and that's great. It really gives us the opportunity to get out there on the fire and get some excellent work done on the ground. I do want to look at a couple key things here real quick. Our cloud cover today is 30%, but again, just like yesterday, we have that smoke cover that provides additional cover. Some of that is going to break up today, and as it breaks up, the sun will be able to get down to the ground level and heat those fuels up. So we'll still see some active fire behavior taking place out there. Great thing on the humidity aspects is they're raising up. That overnight humidity held in about the 30 to 40% area. You know, if you live in this area, you're used to the heat and you're used to a pretty high relative humidity. You know, I kind of think about this is when we talk about this, think of wooden matches, kitchen matches. When they get wet, they're extremely hard to light. But even if you leave them outside in heavy humidity like this, again, they're extremely hard to light. Same thing applies to the fine fuels when we're looking at wildfire. When that humidity is up, it's difficult to get those fine fuels to actually ignite and carry a fire. So that's good news for us as well. Now, when we look at rain, here on Saturday, there's a 60% chance of rain. So that's great, wonderful as well. Unfortunately, it's not what we call a season-ending event because we only expect to get less than a quarter of an inch of rain. So that's not enough to make a huge impact on this big fire we have going out there. But believe me, we'll take anything that we possibly can. So on our map and what we're taking place today, before I do that, I do want to talk about the size of our fire. So the entire fire, the August Complex, that reaches all the way down in the south zone up into the north, is at 1,017,546 acres. And overall, it is 62% contained. In the northeast zone, we're at 267,000 acres, and just in the northeast zone alone, we have approximately 1,400 firefighters on the ground. So let's talk about the zones real quick. This is our northeast zone here. The zone break is the south fork of the Trinity River as it comes down through here. Southern part down here, and then the northwest and the west. So we do have forward zones on the fire. Let's talk specifically about what's going on in our fire here today. So up in this area right here, as we've talked about for the last few days, that we're going a little bit indirect, meaning that our primary line is here approximately a mile off the fire. Now this is actively burning up in here, but we're looking for the right places right through here. And we do have this ridge line right through here. We'll have dozer work out there today. And then as we bring that down to the river, we'll finish that out with hand line right through here as well too. So our intent is to try to shrink this space up a little bit. We do want to take advantage of potentially the weather that we can go a little more direct on this line. And that's what we've been doing on the 14 road as we come up through here is as we're coming through here and fire's approaching the 14 line, we're actually bringing fire with us and kind of tying this in as we go through here. So our intent right here is to hold this fire as small as we possibly can. While our primary line is out here, we're taking advantage where we can to actually go direct on the fire too. As we come down through this area, well, I do want to talk about this real quick. The structure protection that was done up here in the Post Mountain, Rowdy Bear area, that is complete at this time. And we've taken those firefighters and moved them down to the line right here on Highway 36 with the intent to hold that fire right here. We do have active fire burning through this area just south of Post Mountain with those firefighters down here on the road doing a holding action and taking care of rollout potential fire spread as it moves down the slope here. Our intent is very much to hold that south of the Highway 36. As we come down through this area, this part right here is looking fairly good, but we got some mop-up work that we need to do in here. We need to clean this up, secure it so that fire can't get out of there. This is the area that our Marines, they've joined us today, are working in today. So it's great again to have that many personnel come in to really add capacity to our overall operation that we have here. And then we'll talk about this part right here. This part right here has been giving us a little bit of trouble. If we recall, this came out about a week ago, crossed over what was then our primary holding line, but we've got some good work going on here. So we have been able to bring dozer into part of this and then hand line just about to this point right here. And then the rest of that, yesterday we did run our helicopters all day long. The weather did break and the smoke did rise that we could get them in there. And we really painted a retardant line around this part right here. Now the retardant line doesn't put out the fire, but it does slow things down so that our firefighters can get in here and continue to work directly on the fire and hold it where it's at. So this is a direct operation now. Our increase in the fire, that acreage yesterday, it is continuing to move right here. So we're being very proactive about going direct and holding the fire right through here. So generally, overall, that's our plan for today. It looks like a good day to get some good work done out there with the weather conditions we have, but we also have to be very cautious. As the smoke does rise and dissipate, we'll get some heat down here, and we expect to see some active burning in this area and again up in this area today. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call.